麦わらの人を指示をくれ。
はは
カーディKaizokuを登録してくれ。
Card Kaizoku.
This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. Alright, it's market review time. The last time we did a market review was on January 31st. It's Valentine's Day. I'm alone, so I'm making this video. So if you're alone too, hope you enjoy. And if you're not alone, I guess you could still watch. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that one, but right, market review, right? Just glad you're here to watch my market review, because I do feel like I'm the only one doing these videos with this amount of data points, presenting the data this way, tracking the data this way, showing stats that a lot of the other videos don't show, and I try to keep the yapping down to a minimum. But yeah, what has changed since the last market review? Well, more OP07 cards have been revealed, all the leaders have been revealed, the EB01 meta in Asia is in full force, all the nationals in the world have been finished. So we have the winners in NA, we have the winners in Oceania and EU. Sorry, in my Japan finals video where I mentioned every region except for EU, but yeah, I remember you guys now. And then Japan finished, and then the rest of Asia, I think it's all done. But yeah, let's see if the placing of some of those decks, the toppings of some of those decks has affected the market at all. And yeah, if you guys want access to what I'm about to show you in this video, you can subscribe to my Patreon as a marketeer tier. I'll grant you access to this dashboard. But yeah, before you do that, you want to see what's in it, right? So yeah, let's move on to the dashboard itself. Looking at the movers, overall, we do see a drop in price. Is this the first time I've ever reported a drop since I started doing these videos? Don't quote me on that, but it feels like we haven't seen a drop in a long time. So this is probably most likely the first drop we've seen. Looking at the trend, I don't see it ever dropped, kind of, except for now. Exciting news. This could be due to the news of reprints, right? That was like a 3-4 weeks ago, actually, during the NA Nationals, where they announced that reprints are coming. And then I might have done a market review like a week after. Maybe it was too soon to see any market effects on that. Or it just could be the card market cooling down, because OP05 really catalyzed a lot of scalpers into the market, and maybe they're like oversaturated now. So they made their bucks, and now the prices are going to correct a bit. But yeah, let's break it down by set as we always do. Looking at OP01 here. Oh, in case you're new to this dashboard too, right? Because there could be new viewers watching this. The movers page shows the price difference from the date range that I select from. So it's comparing the 14th, which is today as I'm recording this, against January 31st, which is the last date I did a market review. So if you guys want to see what was prices before that, you can watch my previous video, or you could subscribe to my Patreon and get access to this dashboard. But yeah, we can see here the biggest increase for this period is actually Blorple Crocodile. I was surprised to see that. It was $146. It is now $167, a $20 increase. Usually for the past few market reviews, we saw OP01 jump quite a lot. So seeing the highest increase being $20 is pretty refreshing. But it's still an increase nonetheless. But still, yeah, Blorple Crocodile for some reason going up. But what could the reasoning be? We did see a bunch of 7 Warlords support printed in OP07, but you would think that would boost the price of Doflamingo. And Doflamingo's in the set, but we don't see him in this top 10, actually, which is weird. Yeah, so for some reason, Blorple Crocodile is up. I feel like Doflamingo should be here. They printed like 4 or 5 new cards for the Doflamingo deck. I'm pretty sure it's going to be competitive. So yeah, so really, very, very surprised not to see Doflamingo here. But moving on, we do see 8-cost Kid. The regular and the alt art went up $15 and $12 respectively. This could be a number of things. We did see Uta win the Japanese finals, and that Uta list did run 4 8-cost kids, no Doflamingos. And then Perona runs 8-cost kid, Fortress Yamato runs 8-cost kid. OP06 is coming soon, so we're going to be playing with 8-cost kid a lot more often. OP07, a bunch of Supernova support. The Bonnie deck seems like it'd run 8-cost kid really well. It might even bring Kid back into relevancy. The Kid leader, starter deck 2 leader. Yeah, so I do think we're going to see a lot more of this guy in the future. So this price increase makes a lot of sense, and I'm glad I have 4 copies of him already, back when he was cheap. Because he's still one of the best cards in green. It's him and 10-cost Doflamingo. and then leader Zoro went up. This makes sense too. Like Zoro didn't win any of the nationals, but he did. He topped 8 like every single region. So not as weak a deck as everyone is thinking, but not so oppressive that he's winning every event too. Which is like I guess like what people wanted out of Zoro in the first place. But I personally want him to win events, but maybe we'll see him shine in OP07. Did he get any support in 07 though? Not really. He did in EV01. That Kid and Killer Rush card is run in Zoro. I think it's a really good card in Zoro. It's like another copy of Rush Zoro, basically. Is that enough to save the deck? We'll have to see. And then we're not going to get EV01 for a while, so we'll have to let Asia figure that out for us, as we do. And then Altar Nami also going up. This card is just going to go up always. I don't think it has ever gone down. Let's check. Show off a feature of the dashboard that you can check. I have the price history of cards. Oh, it did go down a little bit. I think, yeah, end of October. This was when Nami was announced that she was going to be banned until the end of OP04 for some reason. And then, yeah, it dipped a little bit. A lot of it. Like 30 bucks. And then ever since then, it has climbed to the unfathomable heights. Oh, it decreased slightly since like a week ago. But yeah, I only predict that it'll keep going up as the game gets older and she becomes like a classic collector's card. She already is. Yeah, the game's a year old. But yeah, Nami going up. Blurple Kaido as well. Odin as well. We do get new Odin mono cards. Green mono cards, but also some red ones. So this Odin leader can't run it. But there's a new Odin leader in EB01. Just could be a collector's thing, and it's only $6. Luffy up, Law up, King up. Yeah, all the alternate leaders are up except Doflamingo. Yeah, where is Doflamingo? Okay, he's 21st. He went down in price. Are people stupid? Doflamingo is gonna be a thing in OB07. I guess like early tip for you guys. Maybe the people who are like scalping the market just don't follow the game that closely. But yeah, this guy's gonna go up. Let's check his price history. I'm curious. Okay, yeah, he has been going up. This is the first time he's gone down, actually. So, might just be like a statistical anomaly. Maybe you guys aren't stupid after all. Because, yeah, Boa went up. Oh, and she went down too? What the heck? You guys are so dumb. I'm saying that in an endearing way. I don't mean it as an insult. Just in case you guys don't know my humor. It's not that funny in the first place. Okay, yeah, she's been going down since middle of January. Affordable Boas, but technically a lot more expensive than she used to be. I remember when I opened my OP01 box, I sold her for like $90, and now she is almost double that, so haha, joke's on me. Shanks going up, down too. Yeah, a lot of OP01 cards going down. Rush Zoro went down. Be curious to see Rush Zoro's history. It's still a staple card in Zoro. A very tumultuous history here. He's still near the top, near the highest he's ever been, so yeah. It's just small correction in OP01 that I don't think it amounts to anything for now. What's the biggest decrease? Ooh, Manga Shanks went down $80. This might be the first time we saw a Manga Rare go down, or at least Manga Shanks. Yeah, look at that. All increases, a big spike like a month ago, and then just a little bit of a decrease. And the fact that there's a lot of like flat lines here means that there hasn't been too many sales too. This is what these flat lines indicate when the market price stays stagnant. Because the market price is a TCG players metric that calculates it based on number of sales and the history of sales and the time of sales. So the fact that it doesn't change means no one's buying these cards, no one's selling these cards. Let's take a look at OP02. Yeah, just excited that I have something different to report this time around instead of the usual every card is getting more expensive. Alright, since we're already here, the biggest decrease was 7 cost Ace. I'm gonna say that this is thanks to my video on the speculative ban list that I mentioned that Bandai always does like a random ban that no one asked for that doesn't make any sense and it's always in red for some reason. So I picked Ace as that card, and it looks like Ace went down $13 since then. It's probably not because of me. I don't have that much pull in the game. But 10 cost Altered Kuzan also down $12. 20% decrease, that's pretty significant. Leader Whitebeard going down too. Okay, this one might be a like reach, like pull from the ass kind of call, but there are rumors that, you know, with that ban list announcement that they're going to make, that they might unban Moby Dick, the stage card, and I think that would catapult Whitebeard into meta relevancy again. So if Whitebeard is, what, 160 now, this might be a good price to jump in on. Let's take a look at the history though, to confirm this is not like a peak. Okay, it's kind of peakish, but no, it's been kind of this price since early December. So yeah, I think if Moby Dick does get unbanned, this Whitebeard will get even more expensive than it is now. It'll hit a new peak. So yeah, just something for you guys to maybe look into. Magellan went down. A lot of people think that Purple Luffy is going to fall off once OP06 hits, and he does not remain as strong. But I don't think he's so. I don't think he's a weak deck still. There's just more other options in 06 than Sakazuki, Katakuri, and Purple Luffy. So, and Eno. But yeah, market's reacting as if Purple is going to completely die. And then 9 cost Whitebeard. I don't know, people just hate Whitebeard this period, I guess. Ivankov cards went down too. Okay, what the heck? So EV01 printed a lot of Ivankov support. I'm confused why Ivankov went down. I would think Ivankov would be like one of the current hotnesses. So again, I think market's not reacting in a timely manner to the actual meta. And I saw some Ivankov decks like place. They weren't like big events in Japan, but they were winning some stuff, some small tournaments. I was surprised to see Ivankov there. Right, let's jump to the increases since we're going backwards this time. Film Nami went up $16. Yeah, this is like market recency because like Uta just came out, the Uta starter deck in English. So film cards are going up, even though people should have known that film was going to be a pretty strong archetype based off the Asia performance. Yeah, really interesting how slow the market seems to be. Manga Ace went up, just $10 though. Ultra Nami, and then all the Ultra leaders. Not surprising to see those. Yeah, Luffy, Ultra Luffy, Film Luffy went up because of film's dominance, and film won the Japan Nationals. What else? Oh, regular Ace, now went down 61 cents. Sorry, this is my fault. Yeah, that's about it from 02. Everything else is like $1 or less in change, in increase or decrease, not in like the difference between $2 amounts. Oh no, wait, that makes no sense. Okay, I'll cut that part out. Let's look at 03. Right, since we started in the middle, let's slide to the left. Ooh, wanted cards went up in price for some reason. But yeah, they're SP cards, they're collector's cards. Well, I could have sworn like the Kid and the Kaido went down the last time I checked, but yeah, Kid's up 11. Yeah, because 8-cost Kid is a meta card now. Luffy going up just because he's Luffy. 10 Mom went up 83 cents, probably insignificant. People think that 10 Mom might have some restriction or ban coming up soon. Marco up to, okay, that's about it. Let's look at the decreases. Ooh, leader Ace went down $22. There's a lot of Ace hate this period. Actually, all the Ultra leaders went down in 03. What the heck? Maybe it's a good time to pick up some 03 leaders, but the only really relevant one is Katakuri here. I don't know, I feel like Katakuri is like way overinflated. Why is he so expensive? Like, he's not the top represented leader, yet he's like, I think he's double the price of Sakazuki. Sakazuki's like 120 something. Katakuri's 240. He went down, but still, I think he's way overpriced. Is he that much of a favorite character? I mean, I liked him, but he hasn't been in the story for like like 2 years now. Yeah, ooh, Nami went down too. Yeah, for some reason, all the 03 leaders went down. Kudo went down. Yeah, I don't know. Nami went up quite a lot too over the past few market reviews that I've done. And Nami was doing pretty well in a lot of the Western Nationals. It didn't win any, but a lot stronger than people give it credit for. Yeah, it's just increased since I started recording data on the 15th of October and kind of stabilized here at this price. That's kind of the trend for the last like 2 months, just stabilization, slight decreases. The Flamingo and Kaido went down, but yet nothing else seems to stick out to me. So let's move on to 04. 04 sees Manga Sabo up $10. 10 cost Flamingo up as well. This is a potential Uta card, and then we have Perona and Fortress Yamato too, and then probably Bonnie gonna run 10 cost Flamingo. Rosinante up 74 cents, probably insignificant, so let's skip to the decreases. Ooh, SP cards are going down. SP Boa went down $22. This is surprising. It's a Boa card. 07 has a Manga Boa too. Maybe that way. Maybe that's why. Manga Boa is the Chase Boa card, no longer this SP card. And VV continues to go down. Rebecca went down. Oh yeah, Ultra Leaders in 04 went down. All of them. Interesting. Bedge went down too. This is my candidate of ban or limited in the announcement. Oh yeah, and I just want to specify, for some reason, that video, I don't know why I'm so hung up on it, but like a lot of you think that I want the bans, and that's why I made that video. I don't want any bans. That video was Bandai said that they're going to announce a ban revision at the World Finals broadcast. That means a ban list change is coming, whether I like it or not, whether you like it or not. It's their decision. It's Japan's decision. It's not the West whining about it. Bandai Japan said that. It's inevitable. It's coming. I was just speculating on what cards it could be, because I don't think they're going to announce something like that and not make any significant changes to the ban list. So that's all that video was. But a lot of you guys took it as me whining about cards in the meta and wanting bans, and then saying that like If I can't play around the cards, then like I'm just not a good player. But like I reiterated a couple times in text, in the video, in comments, in replies that I don't want any bans at all. But yeah, I don't know. I guess reading comprehension, hearing comprehension, not a lot of your strong points. Wait, let's skip to 05 now that I got that rant out of the way. Manga Luffy continues to go up, but it's still just over 3,000. Just over 3,000. Like I say that like it's nothing, but let's look at the price history. Yeah, it's pretty stabilized since early January. I guess it jumped a little bit. People are still buying manga Luffy's. Look at Manga Kid and Manga Law. Yeah, just all the manga rares in 05 going up. 05 continuing to be the money set. Oh, actually, no. The only increases for 05 this period is the manga rares and the signed Oda Luffy. Everything else is a decrease, actually. Interesting. It's the biggest decrease. All chart leaders. Interesting. Luffy taking the biggest hit. Come on, guys. He won 2 nationals. Why are you guys so mean to Luffy? He doesn't fall off the face of the earth that badly in 06. SP cards too. 05 is deflating. What the heck? Huh. It was every leader from 03 onward. All chart leader went down in price. Does that mean the bubble is finally coming to a close? Things are deflating slowly? I don't know. We'll see. 06. What 06 will do to the market. Maybe it'll invigorate it some more. But yeah, might be a good time to pick up some 05 leaders if you haven't picked them up already. Rosanate is like 38 bucks. Bello Betty's 51. Bello Betty gets some support in EB01, right? In 07. Because 07 is a dragon set. And he's Revolutionary Army too. So probably gonna run those cards in Bello Betty. So yeah, it might be a good idea to invest in Bello Betty if they decide to give red any amount of interesting cards in 07 with a dragon deck, which will in turn affect Bello Betty deck. Even the Bello Betty Searcher is cheap. Yeah, this is your chance. Build up your own Revolutionary Army. Koala too. Yep. Ooh, Enel went down the least. Yeah, because Enel is still viable in 06, I think. Where's Sakazuki? Oh yeah, he's here. Sorry, I missed him. Sakazuki is now $110. So yeah, he's less than half of Katakuri, even though Sakazuki stays meta relevant probably into 07. What is wrong with you guys? Do you guys like Katakuri that much more than Sakazuki? Kinda weird. Some Sakazuki staples going down too. Good news, I guess. We'll check the tournament page to see how much a meta Sakazuki deck costs after these decreases. But yeah, everything else is like pretty big decrease. Still like over $1. Scrolling to the left. Okay, yeah, that's 05 for you. Let's take a look at promo cards. Yeah. Looking at the promos, a Serial Luffy went up $6.90 because they stopped giving these out as prizes. Championship Kuzan went up $44. These Dawn went up for some reason. These are way more expensive in the West than they are in Japan. And we can't even use the Japanese ones because they have Japanese text on them, even though like it's literally like just your turn that is in Japanese, right? Or is that part even in Japanese? I don't know what the Japanese Dawn looks like. But yeah, even like the word don't on the card is in Japanese. I don't know why I call it Dawn, but then I know it's pronounced Don. I guess I just got used to it. Gordon went down. No, he went up. What the heck? You guys are crazy. Raise Max is coming out in like a month. Raise Max does the same thing as Gordon. This guy's gonna, I don't know, like fall in the shitter once Raise Max is available as a non-promo card, as an OP card that gives the same effect. So yeah, ditch your Gordons now, I guess. But I do know Red Purple Law runs like at least 6 copies of this effect. So keep 2. But yeah, interesting. What other cards are worth noting here? Everything else is like a prize card that isn't necessarily run in a deck. So yeah, well, let's look at the decreases. Biggest decrease, just out of curiosity. Biggest decrease is that that Film Luffy prize card that was given out during that Uta starter deck event. And then this Uta promo card went down 81 bucks too. What the heck? I feel bad for anyone who bought this at 100 bucks. What does this card even do? Counter, if your leader is Uta, you may return any number of characters on your field to the owner's hand. Up to one of your leader or characters gains plus 2k power during this battle for every return character. Why is this 100 bucks? Oh my god, people actually bought it. Wait, all these sales are for like 20. It had to have been, oh my god, Poor Soul. The first sale ever was 98 bucks. Or maybe it's some like market manipulation going on. Who knows? Iso went down 56 bucks. Oh no. Yeah. If you guys want to see this in detail, you can subscribe to my Patreon as a marketeer to see it yourself. You do see like a big steep drop in promo card prices here. Let's take a look at tournament prices. If you haven't seen my market reviews in a while, this is a new tab I worked on that tracks tournament, decks, leaders, placements, and then the prices of those cards in those decks. Let's look at a very recent event, right? There was a Play TCG Treasure Cup. This is the most recent thing. Yes, this was in February, and this was won by a purple Luffy. And I'm still cutting off the last letter of a lot of people's last names, sorry. Chris So. I think it's Sock, right? Yeah, this is the purple Luffy that he won with. And then I think I saw him play in the Treasure Cup the week after. And he didn't place too hot, but sorry, didn't mean to throw shade your way, but yeah, Chris's Luffy deck costs $243. So if you want to build the same deck that he played with the cheapest cards possible, it costs $243 for it. If you want to bling it out with alt arts, $688, and if you want to go balls to the wall and get the most expensive version of every card possible, it is $8,858 for that deck. But yeah, queens are the most expensive. Barrier to entry to a purple Luffy deck, as you can see here. 4 copies right now will run you $120. Then Magellan is the next most expensive. What's the cheapest thing in this deck? Sphinx, this could be an Apu. Yeah, I did notice a lot of purple Luffys are now running Orobi, but she's still pretty cheap. Yeah, competitive purple Luffy deck around $240. The next purple Luffy is about the same price. But we see a Zoro win 3rd place. Zoro is probably one of the cheapest meta decks you can run right now. $100 for this version. Yeah, this Treasure Cruise version of Rush Luffy is like $3, $350. And then the starter deck 10 version of Rush Zoro is $2, cheaper than the OP01 version. Has better art too. Yeah, very easy, very cheap to build a Zoro deck, which is why I recommend it to any new player. But then you'll catch the ire of many people in the community who seem to hate Zoro's guts. And then we see Enel here. Enel is $323, more than triple a Zoro deck, but still less expensive than a Sakazuki deck. Most expensive card is, of course, 8-cost Katakuri, depending on how many copies you run. This guy runs 3, $208 there for that. Everything else is not too bad. Sanji's $8, Cracker's 12. Yeah, pretty inexpensive besides the Katakuri. And then we'll look at a Sakazuki deck here, 5th place Sakazuki. Borsalinos run $40 each. This guy runs 3, so that's $115. Hina and Great Eruption starter deck cards that are what cost an arm and a leg at this point. The cheapest thing is this Hina, 20 cents. Yeah, quite the expensive deck, $400. I think it's the most expensive meta deck. But yeah, this is a tournament tab that I created that you could check the price of top placing decks if you want to like build it yourself for the cheapest price possible. You can even see like at the bottom, the trending. Sakazuki deck total went down in price a little bit since the peak in early January, where it was like 470-ish. We can look at Zoro again real quick. He was quite expensive up until the release of 05 and then decreased a lot. It's slowly climbing back up. But yeah, this tab is available for you to peruse if you're a marketeer. Look at tournament performance. So I think since the last time I looked at this, I think I added like 3 or 4 more events into here. Right? I have how many events now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 events of top 16s that I recorded onto here. So we see that Sakazuki represents 45% of the play rate of the entire meta, which isn't too bad. A lot of people make it out that he's like super overrepresented, but 45, I mean, it's higher than everything else, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And up next is Enel at 15%, and then Purple Luffy at 19 or 13%, and then Katakuri at 9, Zoro at 5, and then the rest is a bunch of niche leaders. Average placements of Sakazuki's is 8.5. You would expect that since there's more represented Sakazuki decks that, like the 16th place Sakazuki, there's more of a probability that there will be a 16th place Sakazuki than any other deck, because it's a deck that was good enough to make top 16 in the first place, you know? Surprisingly, we see 2 red green laws that did get 16th place. Very cool, very nice. But yeah, I just have this page for you to see the stats on the leaders, and then you can even see the cards too. So let's say I want to look at Sakazuki, a Sakazuki deck. By card, it'll show you how many of the 65 Sakazuki decks at top 16 run a Tashigi, or if they run a Hina, or if they run a brand new. Of course, they'll run the leader. They all run Helmblaze, and then the interesting part of this chart is when you get down to the lower usage percentage cards. Like, not every deck runs this Hina, not every deck runs 10 cost Kaido, but you can see how many decks do run it, the average placements of those players who ran these cards in the deck, and then how many times they top 1 or top 4 or top 8, top 8'd. Is that a word? We see peel off here. 9% of the decks use peel off. Pretty high average placement. Does that mean Sanji's peel off is a good card? Or is it only the very good Sakazuki players who have the balls to run it? But yeah, interesting statistics here. Let's take a look at one more leader, because I don't think I went further than Sakazuki last time I looked at this. Purple Luffy. They all run Kid, they all run Poly, they all run Page 1. Yeah, I don't think there's too much wiggle room in a Purple Luffy deck. Oh, there's one Purple Luffy deck that did not run Blocker Law, and he plays higher. So maybe Blocker Law is not entirely necessary in a Purple Luffy deck, according to this chart here. Yeah, Urashima too. Urashima, not everyone runs it, but it does place higher on average for the people who do run it. Not everyone runs X-Drake. I thought this was pretty auto-included, but maybe not. Sheep's Farm is pretty high too. This All Sunday, pretty high too. Ooh, King, average placement of King users is 8th. So maybe King isn't as great as a pick as people think. Now let's look at movers by set. Let me change the date range to match the date range of the rest of the video. So, oh wait, January 31st to February 14th. So yeah, as you can see here, it's mostly decreases. What increased? Starter deck 3 increased, starter deck 6. Oh, okay, only starter decks increased. Everything else was a decrease. OP02 being the biggest. Let's take a look at set value. So yeah, 05 is still the most expensive set. Probably nothing changes from last time. Yeah, so probably won't report on this one for too long. Let's take a look at set value trend. So let's remove promos because we can see a sharp drop in promo prices. Yeah, everything else either stabilize or drop slightly, as we saw from the first set. But this page lets you see each set side by side. They're all following similar trends. No anomalies here, I don't think. Let's take a look at card value trend. And let's remove promos. Card value trends, a lot of flat lines, meaning not too many activity on these like top expensive cards, except for Manga Luffy here jumped. So Manga Luffy saw some life in the past couple of days since the 6th. Everything else seems pretty stable. So yeah, nothing of note here, I don't think, for these top cards, top price cards. And yet Manga Luffy is still the most expensive card in the game, followed by Oda Luffy, signed Oda Luffy, then Manga Shanks, Manga Ace, Law, Kid, Sabo, and then Sogeking is the cheapest manga rare. And then all the O1 leaders are still the most expensive. I'm pretty sure we're going to see this Doflamingo, like, probably surpass Luffy at some point. But yeah, that is the market review for this period of January 31st to February 14th. Any key takeaways from this market review period? I do think the Western market is slow to adapt to what is coming up in the Asia meta. We kind of get like clairvoyance in that aspect, and I'm trying to have clairvoyance on top of that clairvoyance. So I think some of the things I stated in this video, some of the calls I made, I think I'm fairly confident in. So there's a good opportunity to invest in some of the cards that are going to rise up once OP07 is out. So yeah, if you got the capital to spare, something for you to do your own research on and maybe look into yourself. But I just want to plant that seed in your head for now, I guess. Hope you guys find these videos interesting, and I hope these charts, these data points, this effort I'm making to like organize and wrangle this data, I hope it's appreciated, and I hope you guys like these videos in general of me talking about it. And if you guys do want access to these dashboards to look at it yourself and filter your own way and look at the cards that you want to look at, if you subscribe to my Patreon as a Marketeer tier patron, I give you access to this dashboard for you to look at. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.
Car D Kaizoku.